go, everybody. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway, and we've got a studio full again like we do on every Thursday, and I absolutely love it. Along with our co-host Stephen Lewis and Dale the producer, we are going to be talking about Thief River Falls BAJA that's coming up. Hogan, Lundeen, Dylan Horne, and Mike Reber all in the studio. And I do want to mention this. Corey Litton beat Nick Curtis to be the first one to call in or text in today. Ha-ha, Nick, what's wrong with you?
The streak is over.
The streak is over.
Beat the streak.
Again, show brought to you by River City Speedway. And I want to mention coming up, let's see, this Saturday. We're going to be, Dale and I will be in Reynolds for the all-school reunion in Reynolds. A lot of big things going on there this weekend. They got the big car show, antique tractor ride, street dance, beer garden, kids activities, food trucks, parade, craft fair, wood carving, and live music featuring Slamabama. We're going to be there, Reynolds, this Saturday. Yeah. Catch it all on Grand Forks Best Source.
I got a hot scoop. I know who else will be there for at Reynolds this Saturday. Street stock driver Blaine Barnes.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that.
Yep. Looking forward to chatting with them there this weekend.
Cool. Before we get going here, it's time for our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. You know, 33% of married women say their cat is a better listener than their husband. 33% of married women say that. But did you also know 67% of cats... See, this crazy lady won't shut the hell up. One more time with the drum. There we go. A couple of more things I want to mention. We are also today going to be out at the 6th Annual Bruce Spicer Memorial Golf Tournament. We'll be leaving here pretty soon when we're done with the show today to head out there. We'll be out there at Kings Walk. It's a great tournament. It's a great fundraiser for Grand Forks Youth Hockey. And speaking of fundraisers, Pizza Ranch fundraiser for the Sons of the American Legion will be today from 4:30 to 8. So there you go. Do I have anything else that I need to talk about? That's it. Before we get going, let's do it. It is time for our track schedules, local tracks around here. Dirty Thursday track schedule brought to you by Forks Karting Association. You can watch the karts race Wednesday nights at Forks Karting Speedway at the Grand Forks Fairgrounds. Find out more by going to forkskartingassociation.com. Norman County Raceway in Ada tonight. Pork chop night. Mm-hmm. Are you going?
Yep, I'll be there.
Pork chop night. Man, I haven't eaten in like 2 days. Sanders Stock Car Challenge, the IMCA Hobby Stock Special with the IMCA Qualifier with sort of mods. The IMCA Stock Car Sports Mods, Hobby Stocks with sort of Midwest Mods, INX Legends. All their pork chop night tonight at Norman County Raceway in Ada. Big Motor Mania tomorrow night at River City Speedway. Northern Outlaw Sprint Association with Soda Street Stocks with Soda Midwest Mods. We've got the A Mods and the
late model.
The late models. Here we go. What do we got here? Red River Valley Speedway on tomorrow night. Sanders Stock Car Challenge, IMCA Hobby Stock Special with their weekly classes. And we'll wrap up, Devils Lake on Saturday. The Walhalla Building Center bringing you the $3,000 to win Midwest Mod Golden Hammer Classic plus... what do we got? Street stocks, pier stocks, super stocks, or what are WRSS? Renegades. Oh, the Western Renegade Sprints. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
And Greenbush is off this weekend.
Roseau County Fair.
So there you go. That's right. Roseau County Fair. There you go. That is your track schedule brought to you by Forks Karting Association. And while we're on the talk about Forks Karting, Dale got an update from last night where absolutely nothing happened.
Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, 2 straight nights of downpours made the pits completely unfathomable. Talking to Kenny that morning yesterday, and it was a no-go. Mother Nature got the best of us. So we'll be back next week, though, Wednesday nights at 7. Just a few more weeks left of the regular season. Catch us Wednesday nights, just adjacent from River City Speedway. Great way to spend the middle of the week, summer night there. And again, search Forks Karting on Facebook or the My Race Pass app or forkskartingassociation.com for more updates.
All right, thank you, Dale. And before we get going with the BAJA stuff here, I want to talk a little bit about last week, about the big King of the Wings 4-day event. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of it, but I think did you see it all?
No, just the first 2.
Okay, the first 2. So They ran, okay, let's see here. Jack Dover, well, he ended up winning the whole thing, pocketed an extra $2,500. It was a 4-day series, and it was a great one. I mean, it put the Cressman Sanitation Midwest Sprint Touring Series against Buffalo Wild Wings Northern Outlaw Sprint Association. Mark Dobmeyer, Weston Olson, Andy Paik, claimed victories on these nights. Now, it started with Dobmeyer's win at Norman County Raceway on Thursday. Christopher Thram and Jack Dover, second and third. Friday, they were supposed to be here. We got rained out at like 3, whatever it was in the afternoon, so they made this last-second call because Fargo always runs on Friday, and then they were going to be there Saturday anyway. Long story short, all of the sprint cars headed on down to Fargo. There was like 19 classes. I don't think there was 19. Heard it was kind of a long night, but boy, I tell you what, I talked to Corey Linton the next day or the day after, and he said it was an unbelievable event. Great event for being just put together real quick. Weston Olson jumped into the original lead of the feature event and held off Pake for the victory on Friday. Weston Olson, that's his second win. Now Jade Hastings took home third. And then they went back to Red River again in Fargo the night before. Andy Pake won that night. One position better than he did the night before. Let's see here. Dover was second. Weston Olson third, so he's having a great weekend. And then finally, the finale, Buffalo River Speedway Sunday. Weston Olson returned back to victory lane. Dover was second. Dobmeyer was third. The Hard Charger Award going to Dobmeyer in the 13 cars. So there you go. I think a very successful 4 days, even though they didn't get to one at River City Speedway. We had Weston Olson on the show last week, of course, with Wade Nygaard. And you know what? Our Dirty Thursday juju, I think we still got it. Everybody's luck. It seems like we had a really good run there last year. You come on the show, odds are you're going to win the next weekend. And, Weston Olson did twice.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can't ever take anyone's win away from them. But when he got his first one there, I think a lot of guys have gotten their first win without, like, Mark being here or whatever.
Right.
But when you beat Mark heads up like he did on Friday night there, Mark did have a part break later on, but Mark got him in traffic, but Weston got him back before whatever happened to Mark happened to him, and then backed it up with the Buffalo win, too. So, Dover won the overall thing, but our guys won all 4 features, so... So that's always nice.
It used
too.
to be that way with the 13 JT. If he was gone, you never know whose win it was going to be, but it's not that way anymore.
No.
I mean, geez, we got Jade up there kicking butt. Now we got Weston up there, and we had Austin Pierce winning a race this year. So, if you get rid of 3 or 4 of these guys and they're not here, then you never know who it's going to go.
Yep.
And the first-time win of this year went to Weston Olson. So there you go, a little bit of an update of what happened last week. All right, let's get rolling here, talking about big Baja race coming up to Thief River Falls, my hometown. Saturday, August 2nd. Let's start off on the left side with Mr. Hogan Lundeen. How are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You guys, thank you so much for coming in here. Kind of short notice. You were supposed to be on next week. Well, then we found out that it's Hall of Fame night. And so we kind of got to follow what they want us to do there. And so that's why you guys are here. But I want to know a little bit about Hogan Lundeen before we start getting into the racing thing here, the Baja thing. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 26 years old. I drive delivery truck for Performance Food Service. I got a little girl named Ava. She's about 14 months old. Been racing for 6 years or so.
Where'd you get that hat?
TikTok.
I like that. That is pretty cool. How long have you been doing the Baja thing?
I think this is my 6th year now, and then my 2nd year running a show.
Okay, so when you started, this was just starting to really bust open, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's been around a couple years before I started, but it was starting to gain popularity.
It just seems like the last 3-4 years, it has just skyrocketed in popularity. All right, we're going to move over now. Mike Reber, how are you, man?
I'm good.
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Thief River Falls, and first off, I'm a dad of 5 young boys. And
Oh, you got 5 boys.
Wow.
Woo-hoo.
Wow.
That'd be a dad's dream.
I have an auto glass shop there in Thief River Falls, so I work for myself and raise my kids, and we race on the weekends.
How long have you been racing?
This is my 5th season in the Baja.
Okay, and then have you always just been Baja, or have you raced anything else?
When I was younger, I did some demolition derbies. But
Okay.
that's a lot of money and time for little fun in my
Oh,
opinion.
yeah.
So-
And back in my day, the Pennington County Fair, the demo derby, if you won that thing, that was winning like the Indianapolis 500. I mean, I think the one year we had like 88 cars. I think they ran, it was like 10 heats or 9 heats or something like that. I don't know what they do now, but demos just aren't the same because when the steel prices went up and everybody started just getting rid of all of their old cars that you could go find and buy for $20 off of a guy drunk in a bar, you can't do that anymore. But All right, we're going to keep on moving. Dylan Horne off to the right side. How are you doing today, man?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. What is Ramrod Racing?
So that is a team that I just kind of got adopted to through Kiefer Kynes and TJ Jones.
Okay.
They kind of started it. So
Okay, now tell us about yourself.
I am 25. I am originally from Little Fork, Minnesota, and I just recently moved to Goodridge last fall.
Okay, how the hell did you get from Little Fork to Goodrich? And I'm sorry if I talk like a Norwegian, but I'm trying to talk like Goodrich people do all the time. Anyway.
Change of scenery, I guess.
Yeah. You're not running from the law or hiding from the law or anything?
No.
Okay. How long have you been doing this Baja stuff?
9 years. This will be the 9th year.
Okay, so you started doing this back in your hometown.
Yep.
And what got you started doing this?
I guess my dad was the original reason why I started doing it. He actually started the track in Little Fork for our fair race, so watching him when I was growing up, I just wanted to do it too.
You know, one thing, Steven, that I have noticed with the Baja thing is a lot of people dream of being a race car driver. And then you start looking at the cost of being a dirt track race car driver. You can just kind of flip your eyes at it. And unless you've got $1 million worth of sponsorship, but this Baja thing, I tell you what, and one thing that got me is it was like when I first started catfishing, I was a walleye guy. People try to bug, come on, go cap. And why? I got no. Went the first time and I was hooked. I think this Baja is kind of the same thing. I think people that have never been to one, if they go and they're into cars at all, they're going to find a way to get a car and build a Baja car and go racing because it's such a good time.
Yeah, there are ways to get into this around here, year round even. Like I think we see it with the with some of the lake racing that we see in the winter too. It isn't going to break the bank to get involved into something like that. So
speaking of that, how much does it cost to build a Baja car, depending on what class you're going to run in? But we'll go through that. Okay, like for example, in Thief River, how many classes are there?
So we have a youth class, a 4-cylinder class, a 6 and 8 front wheel class, rear wheel, and then a 4x4 pickup class.
Okay, so I would imagine the 4x4 would probably be the most costly to start or not, just because of what you're buying before you start building.
Generally, the vehicle itself would probably be more expensive than a car, but not necessarily. But the steel is going to be more.
Sure.
Need more of a roll cage and stuff. But
okay.
But generally, for under $1,000, you can have a car ready to go.
Wow. Now, do you guys have to do anything with batteries, fuel tanks, anything like that?
You don't have to. A lot of people relocate it to the cab for safety reasons, of course, and some people move gas tanks, but most people don't. For Baja, at least.
Okay. Now I want to move. I'm going to keep going around and just try to spread the wealth here. But Mike, you got a full roll cage in your car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
I won't get in a car without a cage or something that I feel safe in. My personal.
yeah, I learned the hard way. I know all about that. But have you ever got your bell rung really good in one of these races yet?
Yes, I have not rolled a car, but
Okay.
I've been hit plenty hard a few times.
Yeah, rolling is an easy thing to do if you're strapped in. I mean, that usually doesn't hurt so bad.
My wife's rolled a few times, but
Oh, geez. I've never even got to roll a car yet. I always say that. I've crashed airplanes, but never got to roll a car yet. And how about you? How much safety do you put in, and how much does it mean to you with your cars?
So I guess originally I was pretty blind to it. I just started.
Well, we're all indestructible when we're young.
No cages, no harnesses, nothing. But now I've got full cages in every single one of my cars, and I probably would never run without it again.
Now, how many cars do you have?
So I have 2 that are ready to go. I have 4 in total, but 2 that are ready to go every weekend.
So do you drag 2 cars with you every weekend and run 2 classes, or you just have a backup, or maybe you want somebody else to drive it, or what happens there?
If it's a close race, I'll drag 2 of them there.
Okay.
It's an extra trip. I'm not going to travel and have to bring 2 cars.
Sure.
Just too much money in fuel.
Yeah, and another nice thing, too, is they talk about fuel costs, but you don't see any fancy haulers. You don't live on your race trailer, I'm guessing. You can't go spend the weekend there, but how far do you usually have to travel?
So last year, it was pretty much 3 hours every way I went.
Oh, wow. Oh, I suppose from there, yeah.
Now living here, the furthest is about an hour and a half going over, or the furthest is 2.5 hours going home to Little Fork, but that's only once a year.
Yeah,
Everything
and
else is within 45 minutes.
isn't that something? I keep forgetting that Goodrich is the hub, basically,
right.
of Baja racing. Goodrich, Minnesota. I used to run the Goodrich 100 there. Now, was there a big wreck week or so ago, did somebody roll? Did somebody get hurt? I know possibly, and this might be a whole different one because you got the Baja and the other guys around here, but did that lead to any rule changes? And let's talk a little bit about that.
So this past weekend there was a couple wrecks. There was one bad one in the Santee County Fair that the guy had passed away now, and that kind of changed a lot of guys' opinions on.
Now, was that a demo though, or was that a Baja?
That was a race. That was class racing. So
Okay.
They call it, what is it, the Night of Destruction or something like that.
Okay.
So they do a bunch of different stuff. They do trailer races. They used to do a figure eight, and then they have classes for pickups and cars. So it was a full-fledged race.
Okay. And I take it there was no roll cage or anything in this car?
No.
All right, okay. And so now, do these rule changes affect you guys?
So I originally was going to be running Busch car rules for cars.
Okay. Now, difference between Busch and Baja.
Basically, it's having a roll cage.
Okay.
Is the main difference.
Okay, so the Busch cars got to have a roll cage.
Busch cars, no roll cage.
Okay, Baja does. Okay,
Baja
okay.
requires one, and since this has happened, and we really preach safety. I'd feel better knowing that I did everything I could do to keep people safe.
So if somebody now decides they got to put a roll bar in their car, I don't know, 3-point, 4-point, 5-point, whatever it is, but does somebody actually go and look at this and inspect it? I mean, you don't have to have a certified welding inspector to tell if somebody does if you guys know what you're doing, you can tell if it's a decent weld or not, but how close do you look at this stuff, or does anybody?
So, I mean, I'm running the track, so me and a buddy or two will be inspecting every car, making sure the brakes stop, airbags removed, glass taken out, stuff like that. Roll cage, obviously, but we're not checking every single weld. We look at it and see.
Right. I mean, you can kind of tell just by a quick glance if it's worth a shit or not.
Right.
If the workmanship was any good. Now, what about do they have to have a 5-point harness, or just regular seatbelt good enough as long as you got the roll cage?
Yeah. So most people just run their seatbelt, but harness is completely fine as well. If that's what they want to do, it's 100% okay.
All right. Oh.
Sorry to interject, but I just thinking, just for listeners and viewers who are just casual to the sport, that we brought up roll cage a few times, but for those that have no idea what a roll cage is, can you just go into that and why it is so imperative to have it as installed?
Roll cage is very important because when you remove glass from a car, just for instance, it takes a lot of the integrity and structure of the roof of the vehicle away. And it's a cheap expense to just make the car safe to where you're going to go home in an incident instead of the other outcome. And for the people that may not have a welder, this stuff like that, they can reach out to a lot of us guys, and we would all help them out and best we can and give advice. Nobody's over here keeping secrets about how to build a car. But back to your question, it's very important to have that extra safety because you just never know what's going to happen from one lap to the next.
And that's crazy how windows can stop your roof from caving in and crushing you. The Kiefer Kind says those were autocross Busch class races, not Baja races. Okay, I'm going to keep talking about parts here and stuff. Now, are your tires, are they just stock, or do you guys do anything to your tires? Or do you put foam in them or anything like that? Or is there a trick to that?
Well, me personally, we run typically a snow tire on the traction, drive tires.
Yep.
And then on the tires that are just rolling, I don't really care. I usually run a smaller tire to have less rubber. If you get a flat, they roll better.
Oh, sure.
They tube the tires that, you're still... Chances of getting a flat tire is a lot less when you have tubes in them.
Right.
9 times out of 10, if you watch, they're rolling the beads off.
It's just the beads, yeah.
So
I learned that on my 4-wheeler moving snow. I just got so sick and tired of snow getting in the rim there and busting the bead that I just put tubes in all of them. Yeah. So.
And some of the guys will groove tires. Dylan here does. I'm sure he does. I just haven't because just haven't done it. And I still produce trophies, so.
That's kind of a dig, I'm thinking. Now, when it comes to grooving tires, Dylan, where did you learn that? I mean, or did you just see people doing it, or you got yourself a Cyper or whatever they call those things and just went to town?
I got a buddy back in Little Fork that was doing it long before I was, and I kind of caught on to it, seeing what he was doing. and all we're using is just a multi-oscillating tool.
Oh, okay.
Or pretty much a razor blade on it.
Okay.
So
And
there's no fancy tooling required to do it.
all right.
Go buy a hot knife or whatever
Yeah.
you use for actual tires.
You pull
cutting
out the
them.
grinder and give them the old grind job like we see in the pits all the time. You guys get the sand and the dirt off them. Do you have a preference in tires?
I guess I just buy whatever's cheaper.
Yeah. Okay.
City tires are not cheap anymore.
No, I know. Now, can you guys get by with like going to Northwest Tire or Big Jim's and say, hey, I'm looking for some used tires that are halfway decent? Is that what you would do? Or, I mean, are you going to spend the money to go buy brand new ones?
I've never bought brand new tires for
Yeah.
Baja Racing, but I go to the junkyard and they got just a mountain of tires.
Yeah.
That take as
I
many
mean, they
as you
can't get
want.
rid of tires.
Yeah.
You know, you got to pay to get rid of them. You buy brand new tires? Are you kidding me?
Well,
I don't even buy brand new ones for my truck.
You got to have traction, and I won my first feature race the day after I bought brand new tires.
Oh, so now yeah.
They were cheaper back then. I think I paid $60 a tire. Now I can't find them for less than $130 a tire for a snow tire.
Yeah, man.
That's typically what I run.
That is crazy.
I got a friend that works at Pomps, and every now and then there'll be tires sitting by my garage that they took off of something. He's like, "Hey, Mike could use these," and
Oh,
just
sure.
drops them off at my house. So,
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, because we see that all the time in the dirt track world with the WISSOTA people and stuff. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, I got 60 tires here I'm ready to get rid of for cheap. Low laps, whatever they are. But be good for like the enduro cars and super stocks and stuff like they're not super stocks, but the pure stocks, things like that.
We got it. No class around here is immune to it. A lot of the guys will grab stuff that the outlaws leave.
Yeah.
Because the outlaws are so picky on what they run or whatever. But yeah, you'll see that in pretty much every class. So
Well, what does do you have any idea what a right rear tire costs for a sprint car now?
I think it's in the 300s.
$300 for a tire. And on any given night, Weston Olson, Mark Dobmeyer, the Umdahls, Jade Hasey, how many of those do you think they go through? Do they go through at least one per night, do you think?
Yeah.
Depending on track.
Yeah. I mean, more often than not, you'll see.
Maybe get a nice
you
worth
might-
and then
you might
another
get
heat
a nice-
race.
Even if they blister a little bit, they might hot lap with them again, but they will make the car eventually like more violent and cause a shake to it. So there's that. It's not all about the grip. It's mostly about that. But yeah, it can be very noticeable when a tire goes away on you. So
And they always tried to come up with an affordable class of racing. It all starts out as affordable, and we all know that usually within 4 or 5 years, it is no longer affordable.
isn't.
And is there such thing as affordable dirt track racing? I'm guessing what you guys do with the Baja and the Bush is got to be the most affordable.
That's pretty much it these days.
Yeah. I tell you what, we're going to take a short little break here. Time is flying, man. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway. We are talking Baja races. In fact, they're coming to Thief River Falls Saturday, August 2nd. We're going to be back with Stephen Lewis, Dale, Hogan, Dylan, and Mike right after this. Life doesn't ever seem to slow down. Everything needs to be done right now. Well, when it comes time for an oil change, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Most changes are done in about 15 minutes. Valvoline Instant Oil Change does more too. Tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, and batteries. And included in your oil change, they're going to top off your fluids. Check your tires, battery, lights, wipers, and cabin air filter too. And you get discounts for fleets and the military. They can text and email invoices and coupons and mention Grand Forks Best Source and get $10 off your oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They're open Monday through Saturday with no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery is also available if you live in Grand Forks. And Valvoline Instant Oil Change is now hiring. If you'd like to join their team as an assistant manager, customer service rep, or lube tech, stop in to find out more. Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. They're at 3325 South 38th Street or call them 701-780-8462 and make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway. We are back. Get a quick reminder, we're going to be out at the 6th Annual Bruce Spicer Memorial Golf Tournament here later on this afternoon, doing some reports and stuff out there. That is going to be fun. What a great fundraiser that is for Grand Forks Youth Hockey. And again, on Saturday, Dale, the producer, and myself going to be in Reynolds for the big all-class reunion. Lots of things going on. We're talking right now about the BAJA races coming up to Thief River Falls. Saturday, August 2nd at 3 o'clock. Also just find out St. Hilaire, another one of my old stomping grounds. They've got theirs on the 9th, and that will kick off at noon. So, hey, Hogan, Lundeen, Dylan, Horne, Mike Reber, all here in the studio. I want to compare. We had all talked about, and a lot of us kind of got our start in the dirt thing with the demo derbies. And I want to agree. I'm going to agree with you that my couple of demo cars I built cost a shit ton of money. By the time when you start to learn and find out what all there is to do to them, but is it a big difference building? If you want to build a demo car that is going to be able to compete, are you going to spend more on that than you do building a BAJA car?
Oh, absolutely. Hands down, it's not even close.
Really?
I mean, you can buy a BAJA car, let's just say, for $500, give or take, depending on what you get. Guys are paying $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for a shell of a car, and then they have to do all like frame off work, motors.
Oh,
jeez. In the derby cars, I got a friend that does it still. I helped him build his first derby car 20 years ago or so, and now he's got thousands of dollars worth of parts and stuff. And the BAJA, it can be as cheap as you want, or you can do with a little extra and stuff. We like to, get some nice decals made and stuff, but at the end of the day, isn't that expensive. It makes the cars look a little
it started out with a lot of rattle trap can painting and numbers and stuff, but now when you're starting to look at it, some of these cars look really cool.
Yeah, and it's almost cheaper to do that than buy a bunch of paint and spray paint.
Sure it is,
times.
Go get some vinyl.
So yeah, hands down, the price range is not even close, in my opinion.
My first demo car I bought from a drunk guy in a bar in Thief River for $26, and I drove it home.
My first derby car I bought from an Updahl back home, and paid $60 for it.
Yeah.
It was a 81 Delta 88.
This was like a 60-something Belvedere or something like that, but I'd been bugging the guy. He'd inherited it from his grandma, and I'd been bugging him because it wasn't his primary car. I'm like, come on, man, sell me that thing. I want to build it into. Nope. Ran into him one night in the bar, and he was just gonzo. And he says, you still want to buy that car? And I said, yeah, probably. And he goes, well, sell it to you right now. I said, I don't hardly have anything with me. What do you got? And I said, $26. Sold. And he put the keys on the bar, and I walked out the door and drove it home. Didn't tell me it didn't have any brakes, but I still made it home. Now, if you're going to get a new, you want to start from scratch, different BAJA car, what's the first thing you're going to start doing? Walk us through kind of a build.
Well, I guess like stripping it, pulling out some of the seats. I don't go as far as some people do, but pulling out some of the carpet, seats, stuff for the roll cage, pulling the windows out, putting the bars on the window, and then getting the cage put in.
Now, does anybody bypass their tranny linkage or any of that stuff, shifter linkage, and just go to direct on the floor? I know we used to do that with our demo cars, but do they? I mean, if most shifters now are column, but I mean, there's still some on the steering column. Is there a difference? Do people care? Does that ever? I mean, they're not banging into each other like a demo car.
The only reason someone would do that is if they were having issues with what they had stock, I would say.
Okay. Now, what about depending on where, distributor caps, I don't know how often you got to deal with them anymore, but, back in the day, you also had to watch where your distributor cap was on a motor. If it was back at the firewall, you had to watch about that because they always would crack. It never failed, but I suppose you don't really have to worry about that stuff much anymore.
I mean, some of the pickups have distributors, but they don't really get bent up, so that stuff doesn't really get moved. I mean, if I was running a truck with a distributor, I'd probably put one of those either zip tie it or something so the cap can't come off. But
now, with cars nowadays, because back when I was building my first enduro cars and my demo cars, you could actually jump in the damn hood and work on a motor. The cars nowadays, you can't really do that. So is it hard for you to get in there and do any kind of motor work or any kind of suspension work or anything like that? Before you used to be able to just do anything. Well, back in the day, you only had to worry about spark and fuel. Now there's so much more to worry about. But is it harder to work on these things now because they're more of a family car?
I wouldn't. I don't think so. I only run GM stuff.
Okay.
So I've kind of gotten really familiar with it. So it's just kind of natural to me.
Yeah.
They're all the same from mid-90s till today. They're pretty
Sure.
much all the same.
Now, have you always been a gearhead?
Yeah.
You always have been, huh? And are you guys all GM guys or not?
Essentially.
All right.
I've had many people try to sell me a Ford, and I just refuse to buy one. So there's that.
One year, I was emceeing the demo derby here at the fair, and I'm down on the stage at River City Speedway, and I'm going, how many GM fans or whatever? And I go, how many Ford fans out there? And I said, you know what they say about all Fords sold today? There's 98% of them are still on the road, and they're, I go, the other 2 actually made it home. I thought I was going to get beat up. They were going to started throwing shit at me and stuff. Is there a car? And I'll let all you guys answer this. Is there, back in the day, when you first started, people were like, station wagons, they're the best thing to have, station wagons. And then we found out maybe not all the time, but when you're looking for a new Baja car, is there a certain type of car, GM, that you are looking for to build?
If I had to pick one, it would be a Pontiac Grand Prix.
Okay.
3.8 motor.
Okay. And the motor, why does that make such a difference?
Well, to me, the 3.8 motor, power-wise, is just it's ideal for Baja racing.
Mm-hmm. And how about you?
I would say pretty much any GM or other cars that have like steel components in the suspension, the spindles and such. The aluminum ones just break. I've ran an 03 Grand Am with a 2.2 Ecotech for probably getting close to 50 shows on that car.
Wow.
So I'm really partial to that car. Cavaliers are really good. Actually, I have Cavalier parts in the front of my car to keep it together.
No kidding.
If you want to go the other way, what is Kiefer's 4-cylinder? The Ultima. That thing is so fast.
Oh, a Nissan, isn't that?
As long as you keep the tranny in it,
Okay.
it just goes. That car is impressively fast.
Now, okay, and what about you? What are you going to look for first?
I guess what I have been looking for the past few years is mid-90s cars.
Okay.
Like Monte Carlos, Luminas,
Yep.
older Grand Prix, the stuff that the demo guys want.
Yep,
So
right.
obviously, they want them for a demo for a reason. They don't break, they
Sure.
don't bend.
Yep.
So if they work for them, they would work for us. And I've raced one for the last 3 years, and it bends, but it doesn't break. It's never failed me in a race to the point that I couldn't pull off the track, put it on the trailer.
Wow.
Well, I raced it around here with pretty much no back left tire on it, and I still come home with second.
Jeez, that is crazy. I just, is there a common part that will fail you in
Front
these
right.
Bajas? Front right tire.
rights. The knuckle will break.
Oh,
on the
sure.
Newer
Yep.
cars, they're pretty much every newer car is aluminum in the front.
Yep.
So some of the tracks that get really bad holes in them, you will rip the front right clean off the car.
Okay, so is it better then to go back in time a little bit when everything wasn't aluminum, or
Well, now
can't
you
keep
can-
up with the motor stuff then?
You can order through Rock Auto or eBay. They sell cast iron parts
Oh boy.
for the aluminum replacements. So then you can just pretty much build them indestructible. But as soon as you fix something else is going to get weak. Start
Okay.
bending control arms, tie rods, rip the tire off.
Sure. Now, what about I'm thinking about just regular maintenance on the cars compared to what we're used to. Do you have to change your oil every couple of shows, or as long as you check the dipstick and there's oil in it, you're good for the season? Or
I do it once a year.
yeah, once a year. Okay, and you?
Probably about that once a year, and I run 1540 diesel oil.
Oh.
with sometimes some Lucas in it.
And okay, and
'cause
why?
The car's sitting at 6,000 RPMs the entire time.
Sure.
I run my car in first gear, and when it starts hitting the rev limiter, then I might grab second, but I'm always in the RPMs.
Okay.
You can't be fast if you're not pushing it to its limits.
Okay, and I didn't know that. That was going to be one of my questions. What kind of a gear are you guys usually running? And how about you with the oil changes?
Yeah, generally about that once a year.
Okay, are you specific with your oil or whatever?
Usually I use Mobile One, but typically it doesn't matter that much. And then I also add some zinc to the oil. to
Okay,
kinda coat the
we
engine.
sound like you're trying to have a healthy body now. Make sure you take your dose of zinc today. What does zinc do?
I don't know, it just coats the engine if you were to run it out of oil or something. It just
Oh,
protects the engine.
I didn't know that either. This is funny.
Yeah,
'cause-
Top of the motor better is what it does.
It what?
It'll stick to the valve train longer.
Okay.
So, you know, it takes longer to pump the oil back up. So if you put zinc in it, it's going to help stick everything right.
Oh,
to the
sure,
valve train.
sure. Damn, these guys are kind of smart, aren't
Isn't
they?
that something?
Isn't that something?
No, well, it's so funny because what we're usually used to, if you go more than a weekend without changing your oil, you're gonna, there's gonna be shavings. In
Oh
it,
yeah, there
or-
always is. It's the first thing you do.
There's gonna be a very expensive hole in the pan.
Yeah,
at some point,
and that's funny because I just had this conversation with somebody, was it yesterday or the day before? We were talking about 2 cycles and race fuel and the smell, and the fragrance is what I like to call it. But Klotz oil was one of my favorites from back in the day. It's like my neighbor used to run it in his old lawn boy push mower. He like, are you running Klotz and that thing? Yep. It's like,
funny.
thank you. I just told him, thank you. I absolutely love that. Had a lot of fun trackside at River City Speedway Baja races this year again. How did the drivers like changes to the track layout and the racing at River City Speedway this year? Because we got to admit, this year was way faster, and I loved it. I mean, some of your guys might not have because there was a little bit of carnage, but and thank you, because I was going to mention that too. You guys have got me hooked on this now. And first thing I said when you walked in was, you got an announcer yet for Thief River? But how did you guys like the changes here in Grand Forks? And was the track better for you?
The track was definitely better than last year. I liked it more open like it was. The only thing that I would have liked a little bit better was more passing lanes.
Okay.
Make it more skill than just speed.
So a little bit wider, or
And then just
you maybe have a couple of places on the track to make that pass.
to make a pass and then have a little skill involved rather than just speed.
Okay. Are the tracks generally kind of the same? I mean, is it like an oval with usually like with the, what do you want to call it, a dog leg, a whoop-de-doo,
Dog leg,
a hairpin or whatever? But
bus stop.
yeah. Are they kind of generally the same, or do you tweak any of them? I mean, I guess it depends on how much, what you have for room to work. I mean, I'm guessing probably out at Kynes's it's a little bigger.
Yeah, I think it's a quarter-mile track, something like that.
Okay.
But a lot of tracks are normally in about the shape of a B. Got a straightaway
Yep,
and then,
yep.
A dog leg in the back.
Okay.
The deal. That's how a lot of tracks are set up. But like St. Hilaire is unique because they got a kind of a weird area and then they're right by the river. So they have to be unique on how they ran their track.
Are you guys, except for like the bus stop, is it always like dirt track racing, always going in a counterclockwise direction?
Yep, always turning left.
Okay, never just switch it up just for shits and giggles to see how bad it throws people off?
Not many places do that.
That would be fun. Now, I know you're married, and how about you?
No.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about keeping anybody happy at home. How much backing do you have with your wife and kids and all of that stuff? Are they digging this stuff? Are your kids, I mean, geez, you got a whole freaking team now. I don't know the ages, but I'm guessing you're probably going to have some Baja racers.
I already do. My
Okay.
oldest son will be 13 on the 1st. He's ran last year and this year. He's pulled a couple trophies this year and has
Wow.
learned to drive aggressively and not hit the brake, not be timid about it. My wife is a bigger competitor than I am.
Really?
She's the one that gets really going. She's a competitor. So she's raced with me all these years except for one when she was pregnant with our youngest son, which is a year and a half now.
Okay.
She's rolled her car a few times. I haven't done that.
That's
so
what
it's
you
a
meant when
family
she's
event.
rolled.
A lot of us, we're all family. We're all friends
Sure,
and
sure.
family, and the kids get together. Like our friend Kiefer, he's got 6 kids out at the farm. I bring my 5 boys with.
Yep.
It's a family event.
Yeah, those kinds they know how to kick out the kids. I went to school with a few of them back in the day.
And how my wife got involved is the first year I had got my car, and then I had gotten a car trailer. Well, then another car followed me home somehow. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, how's
but
that work?
She had, well, what are you going to do with that? I was like, well, I don't know. It was cheap, and then I was like, well, do you want to race? Do you want to try it? That's not why you bought it. I got that response.
Yeah.
And, so I built it for her, and she's been hooked ever since, and we all do it as a family now.
One more question for you before we go start looking at some pictures, and thank you, because I went right by that in my notes. Aren't you afraid now that once your kids get this bug, that they're going to want to get like hey, Dad, I want a street stock now, or I want a Midwest mod, or Dad, let's go late model racing.
Dad wants one now, especially after racing in Grand Forks on the track, getting G-force in the Baja car. I mean, come on, that was fun. But I mean, it's you only live once.
Right, right.
You can't take the money with you,
Yeah.
so might as well have fun, right?
It's funny. I'm gonna mention this story, and you guys have all heard it. But back in the day when I met my wife, I had just bought a new super stock. I was wrenching on a guy with an A mod. We were racing up in Greenbush, but I was still living in Thief. I bought this car. I met my wife, and she's like, "Oh, and I showed her what we were doing and all that, and I'm working on it. Hopefully, get it ready for next year." And then we got serious, and she decided to go to grad school and get her PhD. And, well, next thing you know, old John here is working like 5 jobs, trying to help her, and we were doing the best we could. But I ended up selling the car, and she felt horrible about it and said, one day when I get my PhD and I get my first job, I'll buy another race car. Well, fast forward however many years, because we went through the flood year and all of that stuff. But I got my gig here at River City Speedway, and I'm loving it. I'm still hanging around with racing guys, and it's not costing me anything. And one day she comes up to me and says, "Well, it's time." And I'm like, "For what?" "Well, I got my degree, and I got a job. What kind of a race car do you want?" It took me about 5 seconds to say, "I'm good. I'm good. I'm guaranteed money every night at the racetrack when I go. It doesn't cost me anything. It's the one night a week I could show up and do my job. I'm not working on it." Long story short, I'm still around the track. I'm still around all my racing friends, and I absolutely love it, and it doesn't cost me anything. Before we get into the picks, good morning, John, Stephen, crew, guests, and everyone. Debbie and I watching from our campsite. Great racing last week. Sorry we didn't catch you last weekend. We'll have to add a Baja race to the schedule. Sounds cool. See you soon. Cheers, boys. There you go, our Canadian friends from up north. I missed them last week. They were all over the place around here. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to throw some pictures up here. You guys feel free to just talk, because I have no idea what we're going to see for pictures. But feel free to just jump in and help out with what these pictures are of.
So I guess that one would be my dad in Badette just a few weekends ago, winning the feature.
Oh, wow.
And he is, actually, that was the day after his 59th birthday.
Okay, so did he follow you to Goodrich, or is he still?
No, he actually lives in Captogama.
Oh, okay.
So I put the car together for him. He came over to Goodrich, picked it up that day. We went to Badette and raced. Me, him, and Kiefer all ended up making the feature together, and him and Kiefer finished 1-2.
You gotta tell him how you got to the feature.
Yeah, well, I had to battle all the way to the feature.
raced.
I put one lap on the car, and some kid blew through my door, ripped the back left off. I put a donut tire back there and raced the entire day through every single race I had to make the cut to get into the feature with pretty much no back left tire.
Probably had like 50 laps before the feature started.
Because then I also had the bright idea to race 2 cars that day.
Well, did you have a little conversation with the kid afterwards?
I normally don't like to do that, but he actually came to me and asked about it. So then I obviously told him how I felt about it.
Yep. But at least he came and talked to you.
Yep. I'm glad he came and talked to me. It simmered me down a little
Because
bit.
if you're like me, I mean, my wife says I'll hold a grudge for 90 years. I mean, I will. I will hold a grudge forever. Even if you've gained 300 pounds and have gray hair now, I can still figure out it's you, and I've got a grudge against you. All right, let's keep rolling with some picks there. Okay.
That's some pictures my wife put together. The one with all the people is from here in Grand Forks.
Okay.
That's my oldest son in the top left there.
Okay.
Sorry.
And up there, I won on the 4th of July in Greenbush.
Is that your race suit? Because I love it.
Yes, it was hot.
Tell me you wear Crocs.
No, work boots.
Okay.
No, I do have a fire suit, but I just feel I'll just run quick if I need to.
Okay. Yeah. And this was Grand Forks.
Yes. Yeah, that was most of the Baja family that we've all kind of made over the last few years.
Sure.
Few people are missing, though, I know, out of there because they were elsewhere around the track. But,
Okay.
and that awesome picture my wife took of me because I was really pumped, if you can't tell.
Must be a Victory Lane photo.
Yeah, that
huh?
was Greenbush.
Okay.
Getting out of the car, they handed me the flag there. So the adrenaline was going, and
Oh,
I
I
was
bet.
excited.
Yeah.
And,
Hell yeah.
and then the last picture there is TJ Jones. That's you, right, Dylan? Oh, I can't really see from here. And then my wife, Candace, there got 3rd place on the 2nd day in Greenbush.
Wow.
She runs an Infinity. That's a fast car. It's
Yeah.
like 255 horse.
So you give her the fast car.
Yeah, and she won't let me drive it. Like she.
Does she have air fresheners and stuff in there?
There might be some perfume or something in the center console. I guess I never looked. But,
So-
she's stingy with her car that
Yeah,
I wrench on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Preston runs with you guys? Okay. He's dabbled in the B mod a little bit this
Yeah.
year, so.
Yep. Couple of sharp-looking cars.
Yeah, those are from a few years ago. My old Suburban. I still have that around. It's sitting up at Bill Tim's house. I've been thinking about maybe throwing it in like a farm truck demo or something to finish her off.
Oh, put it out of its misery.
Yeah, it doesn't want to die.
Yeah. See, these cars look awesome.
Yeah, my actually ex-wife now painted all these.
Okay.
But yeah, they're really, really sharp cars.
Does a great job. Oh, look at that. Boo! Had to do it.
Yeah, that car was an awesome paint job, but a turd racing.
It worked like the
It was a turd
postseason
racer.
for
Yeah.
that's about how good it worked.
Works like the postseason for the bikes. That's a great analogy.
That's Candace's car, the Infinity.
Yep.
When it was fresh, we'd found a NASCAR scheme on some, it's just like stars and stuff, and I kind of mimicked it without paying for a wrap.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, these cars, like I said, 5, 6, 7 years ago, these cars to me look so much better. I mean, you can tell you guys really give a crap about what they look like when you start. And it's best to do it while you still can, because they're not going to look like that forever.
I guess that would be me winning in Little Fork
That
3
car
years ago.
that just looks like a fast car.
Yeah, it was a supercharged Grand Prix.
Okay. Did you win a lot of races with that one?
I think that was the only feature win, but I think I took pretty much second every other time I ran it.
Okay. Who was the bastard that kept beating you?
Kiefer.
Okay. Can't take that back.
That's my 03 Grand Am there. I've had that car since day one, and I can't let it go. It just keeps working. Everything's been touched but the motor and transmission.
Have you just had that for a Baja car, or
Yeah.
was that your driver at one time?
Well, it was a daily driver. It had working AC, auto start, full tank of gas,
Wow.
fresh oil change. The guy was selling it to whatever, but I paid a little more than I wanted to, but it had a good battery in it, so that was my
Well, that's worth an
reasoning
extra
of
$100 or
paying.
$2 right there.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I've ran that car 5 years. So if people that want to get into this sport, if you have a little bit of ability to fix things, you don't have to build a car every week.
Sure, sure.
I mean, there's always a chance that it's just past a point, but that's just a good example of you can keep running them.
Okay.
It's easier to fix a strut and control arm than it is to build a whole new
Oh,
car.
for sure.
know.
By the way, Christopher Larrell says Mike Reber is a badass.
Thanks, Chris.
Dan Wisco, Greenbush Racetrack announcer. This is such a great way to introduce a family to racing for affordable price while being exciting as hell. Keep up the good work, you guys. I absolutely agree. That's worth a round of applause. Okay, as we roll through more picks here.
All right, the top there is my 12-year-old son, Liam, and his 05 Cavalier that I gave him for Christmas. And he was getting disappointed because his brother opened a PS5, and then he had this little box and that I had the seatbelt harness in because the car needed a new seatbelt.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was like, what'd you get? And he's like, belts for a race car, like his wheels are turning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're gonna need it for your race car. And he's like, what? I'm like, the Cavalier's yours. He went from smile to crying.
Oh, I bet he might have even pooped a little bit.
Proud dad moment there.
Yeah, and then the number 12, that is awesome.
Yeah, and then Candace's Infinity there, and then my Grand Am again. The picture you guys had on the poster, I think, was from the first year it ever ran, and I was surprised on it had body lines then still and stuff because that car's seen a lot of things over the years.
Oh, I bet.
Built a good bumper on the front of it, not to use it for, to be an ass to people, but it's kept the car together.
Sure.
In those incidences where you get into,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
an incident, so.
That would be last weekend. We kind of So that's at Kiefer Kynes' track.
Okay, I was gonna say that looks like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
It was his 34th birthday last week.
Okay, okay.
So behind his back, me and his brother and his wife, it was all of his wife's idea. She just kind of put it in our heads. We threw a surprise birthday race for him.
Oh, nice.
We just invited 16 of his friends and family to come just race with him.
Yeah.
So I got all of his cars ready for him so he could run. His car ended up dying 6 laps in. So then I said, screw it. You're not sitting out for your birthday race. I hopped out of my car, just watched the rest of the day. Told him, get in mine, just keep racing. You're not sitting there.
Wow.
So me, him, and then DJ McGregor on the end ended up winning the birthday race.
Man, Steven, they remind me of regular dirt track guys.
Yeah,
How they all
that's
look
so
out,
cool.
try to look out for each other, lend a hand when you have to or when needed.
Absolutely.
I have to echo that, saying I think this is the first I've ever heard of a surprise birthday race. That is freaking awesome. He
That
must
is.
have not have seen that coming at all.
He did, because he's the only one that could sign the insurance paper. So we had to get him to sign it, but he didn't know any kind of details about what we were doing.
Okay, okay. How long did it take you to fit in moving up to Goodrich? I mean, you already knew these guys from racing, and it just was an easy transition for you, or what?
Immediately.
Okay, okay. We got more. Oh, look at that.
So that would be the Ramrod racing team.
The Ramrod Racing Team,
So
okay.
that would be Keeper's Pier Stock behind the bus. Me and his car behind on the gooseneck, and then his kid's car behind the semi.
Now, is that out at Kynes' there too?
Yep.
So did they just have like a big field that they built into a Baja track, and is the field untillable, or
No,
you must
they
be
it was just a small portion of land, from what I understand, and they use it. Right now, they use it for pasture. They have
okay.
cows
Okay,
there.
so it's still they still get some
Yep.
other use out of it besides
Yep.
just the racing. Okay, okay.
That was the first race of the year in Carlstadt up at Kicking Up Country.
Oh yeah.
Me and my buddy Jeremy. Jeremy took first, I took second, and then I took third in my pickup there.
Wow. You know what I like about these pictures too is it looks like everybody is having a blast. It's like all the time.
So those are 2 of Kiefer's boys, and then my boy there on the left. They took first, second, and third there in Greenbush. I was really proud of Liam because those farm boys get to drive things all the time and
Yeah.
have a track in their front yard. He hung with them, so I was really proud of him to be able to hang
Yeah,
with
it's
those 2 guys.
very hard to practice racing.
They're moving Camden, the shorter one on the right, there up to the big class because he's fast.
Okay. All right. Time to give him the boot.
He's able.
Okay.
Yeah, that was I think 2 weekends ago at the Pembina County Fair up in Hamilton. I built that car Friday, raced it Saturday, and took first place there.
Really?
Yep.
Now, was the chunk of the front end missing before you built it or
No,
after?
No, I found a hole that was smaller than my car.
Oh.
Fit it through.
Okay.
That was last year at Kiefer's Invitational race out there in Goodrich, and I took second with that truck.
I'd love to see a close up of that hood. That looks badass from here. Wow. That's pretty cool. That's it. Okay. Awesome. Nice pictures. Worth another round. All right, so you got Thief River Baja is coming up on the 2nd, 3 o'clock. There you go. Right at the fairgrounds. It's right out by the arenas, right? By the Ralph and the Huck. Pits open at 11. Concessions open at 2. Flag drops at 3. Driver and pit admission $15. Adult admission $15. Kids under 10 are free. If you have any questions, call Hogan. 218-689-7116, presented by Bud Light. Sean and all the people over there at Northwest Beverage in Thief River Falls, they're pretty good sponsors, pretty good to have around. I know all of them. It's been a long time, but it takes other people to help do this stuff. It takes businesses, and you must have some sponsors you'd like to thank. Give them a shout out while you get a chance here.
Yeah, so Bud Light's the presenting sponsor over there at Northwest Beverage. She's been an awesome sponsor the last 2 years. Evan Scrap and Steel is going to be another sponsor. Broadway Station in St. Hilaire, Kynes Chiropractic, Garden Valley Technologies, Northern State Bank, the Frog Pond up in Helma, the Rough Grouse in Langby is sponsoring this year, and then Northwinds Chiropractic.
Wow, the Rough Grouse in Langby.
Yep.
I used to be on the Langby JC Broomball team back in the day, and they never had a bar then called the Rough Grouse. They had a log bar that burned down many years ago when I was up. I used to live in Boston, and I used to run with them Langby guys. You talk about some crazy old snowmobile racers around there, man. I had a blast. Now, how many more races are left this year? Because your schedule, and maybe you can kind of touch on this a little bit, because I'm trying to let people know how, in my opinion, this is just growing so much and so fast. When you first started, let's even say 5-6 years ago, are there the same amount of races were there back then as they are now? Because it seems like now we see them all the time getting picked up. Different towns now that you never saw before on the schedule is the schedule getting heavier every year?
Well, I think back when I first started, it was typically like county fairs
Yeah,
that were running
right,
them and
right.
stuff, and now it's like Greenbush runs one during the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
I run one. There's like Kiefer runs one. There's more races happening more than just at a county fair. Which
Sure,
is
sure.
awesome.
And the thing is, I think a lot of people that own racetracks, they're probably weary a little bit off the front, right off the beginning, like, I don't know what they're going to do to this track. I don't know if I want them here. And now I think you guys are proving that it's no big deal. You don't do any damage that I have seen, at least in the 2 years I've been calling the races here. And you mean you're not going to wreck a track.
The most damage you would do is typically with the 4-wheel drive pickups in the turns. You'll make a little hole and stuff,
Little
but
ruts
it
here and
fills
there.
back in fine.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like the racetracks have the equipment to fill all this stuff back in. Good luck to Dylan tonight. Girlfriend is running tonight. Then I'm going to demo tomorrow. What is the payout normally? First off, are you guys racing tonight somewhere?
There's a track in Roseau that Dylan's heading
Oh,
to.
okay. You're going to be running tonight.
Yep.
Up in Roseau. Okay, and what is normally the payout?
It kind of depends per track. Baudette pays by far the most compared to everybody else. They're offering $1,000 to win this fall.
Wow.
On the 30th for Labor Day weekend.
That's-
But that's one car class. Everybody
Yep.
runs together.
Okay,
There's no pickups. So I guess it would be how you want to compare it track to track.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pay that much when you have 5 separate
Sure,
classes.
sure.
You can bunch everybody, then it's going to get better.
Okay, now Dale had mentioned last year, I think it was at the Kynes deal, you actually had qualifying. Is that how, because you didn't have qualifying here, but do you do that often?
No.
Okay, and what about hot laps or things like you would see at a regular night on a Friday night at River City Speedway? You guys just show up, you get your classes, you draw for your classes or whatever, and you put the schedule out, who's going to run when, and you just go with it.
Just go race.
Man, I had so much fun doing these Baja races. I wish we could do it. I wish you guys were up here more, actually, as long as you got a hold of me.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, I should. We're always looking for more things to do here, too, at River City Speedway. I know they've talked about different things. We should talk to them. Maybe we can get them up here twice in a year. That would be awesome. Is there anything, I know that you got to go, you got a ways to go to get to Roseau yet, and I'm sure you got to go home first to Goodrich, but is there anything we have missed out on this deal?
I think we're nailing it.
Okay, how about you?
I just want to say, like, anybody listening that hasn't been to one, go to one and
For sure.
and check it out. You may not ever race one, but or you might race one the next week after. And if you have any questions, reach out to people that are in the scene, and we can answer questions. We can help you build a car in a sense, or just help people out. We're all like a big family, the most 90% of us.
And the thing is too is I'm sure all of you guys will help somebody as much as you possibly can until they beat you. Just like any other thing. I mean, right? Help them get
graduated.
rolling. Yeah, get your feet wet. But when you beat me, no more help coming from my camp. I can tell you that. Warren Fair is racing both Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. There was, that I got lost. I was going to ask something.
I was going to bring up, you brought up, Mike, about just ask where people can find out more information. I do have a link in the comments in the live chat, and then also in the description for this episode for your guys' Facebook group. And I see a lot of interaction with people asking about for parts or upcoming races. You guys are very, very hands-on with your community there.
Yeah, most of us aren't about having a, like, oh, this guy's better than me. I don't want to help him or anything. We all help everybody. Even if we had an issue with a guy next week, we'll still help you.
Right.
As long as you're going to be be decent.
Yep.
And we get past, maybe we got into an argument or into each other in a corner and one of us didn't like it, or, don't really hold like grudges. We all look past that, know that, you know, in the heat of the moment, the adrenaline's going.
Sure.
So, you know, but everybody's just helpful. You know, you need a tire, you blew a tire, you don't have one. Somebody's going to have one in the pit for you.
Yeah, and I would imagine too, you know, rookies, you need to know your place when you're a rookie. I don't care how old you are, if you're 13 or if you're 43, you still need to know your place. You still need to know the ins and outs of the racing. You don't just go in there and just beat the hell out of everybody and think that you're going to get there first. There is etiquette also in dirt track racing in Baja. I would think, now this was an issue I ran into when I built my first enduro car, because we were racing at Buffalo River in Glendon, but I was living here in Grand Forks. My hard part was I didn't have a trailer. And I would imagine that would be probably a deterrent to a lot of people from buying a demo car or an enduro car, a Baja car, because they don't have a way to haul it. But everybody knows somebody that's got a trailer. And most of the time when you see a car trailer, you don't ever see it going down the road. You see it parked at a guy's shop or at his farm or in the driveway or something. So is that, do you think, a big deal with people just because they can't haul their car, that maybe they won't get a car?
I can see it playing a factor. I mean, when I got my first car, I didn't have a trailer. I had to borrow the guys, you know, and feeling bad for asking people. But I can see it being an issue where it's like, well, how do I get it there? But like, I have 3 cars to get around. I have 2 car trailers, and you know, so like one time Evans hauled my son's car here to Grand Forks because they happen to have room on the semi.
Sure.
So if you're just starting out, don't have a trailer, there's ways to figure it out.
Right.
And get to know people that are able to help or come together and make things happen.
Yeah, so, you know, a great idea. If you're thinking about doing something like this, go check out the races, the Thief River, St. Hilaire, wherever they're at. Go mosey around, talk to you guys after the races are done. Go just introduce yourselves. These guys are all very approachable. When you're watching your races, most of them, can the spectators have beer?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a huge thing. So then I had to make sure that was in there. But go talk to these guys, see what they do. Get a little heads up and build yourself a car and start running with these guys. I got a few more texts here. Let's see. Wow, Kevin says, wow, in the late 90s, it was $250 to win in super stocks and had over $20,000 in the car. Roger, I got my mom in a car, my stepmom in a car, my girlfriend, and my sister now has her own car. So I'm trying to get it to be another family thing we all do. And it is. It's a family thing. Kiefer gave me a call about my sister's car and something to do, and I thank him and Dylan for doing so. Roger, got to drive smart and with respect for everyone. Nobody wants to race someone who treats it like a demo race. In Greenbush, I had a couple opportunities to hit Dylan, but I hit the brakes to make sure he doesn't have to fix something. Greenbush, I even yelled out, sorry, because I gave him a tap. I don't think I've ever heard that before in a race.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to rub you a little bit, but you guys, I really like talking to you guys because this was such a new thing to me when I first started last year. I missed my opportunities to go check it out years before that, but I got hooked. I think it is so cool. It's just another form of racing, and like I've always said, I'll watch kids race tricycles in their driveway in front of the garage if it's something to watch with racing. Whoever wins first, whoever gets there first, to me, that's worth it right there. Anything you want to add, Steven?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. You guys, again, I want to thank you for coming. Again, folks, don't forget now, coming up Saturday, August 2nd at Thief River at 3. St. Hilaire is coming up on the 9th at noon. If you don't know where St. Hilaire is, it's about 6 miles from Thief River. And it's on this side of Thief River, so it's actually closer. And while you're there, stop into Broadway Station. I tell you what, those guys over there, we have a ball. I love going to that place. It's my stop on my way to my deer hunting cabin every year, and purse bingo and all that kind of fun stuff. But they have a great time, and they got great food there too. St. Hilaire, the Broadway Station. Go check out that Baja race August 9th. And again, Thief River coming up on the 2nd. I want to thank, of course, Stephen Lewis, Dale the producer, Hogan Lundeen, Dylan Horne, Mike Reber, for all coming in today. Again, Baja racing, it is a thing. It is cool. Candace says, I love our Baja family. Candace Marine asks, thank you, Candace, and thank you for everybody for checking in today and for the text and everything. And you guys, stay safe. Good luck to you tonight. Go kick some Rosso ass, if you know what I mean. I want to give a shout out to Reber Sports Bar and Casino right here in the Grand Cities Mall. In fact, you can see some of the specials going across. What a great bar. What a great place. All kinds of fun. Wall-to-wall TVs. Watch your favorite UND sports, your favorite NHL team, whatever, the Vikings. They've got buses to UND sports, all the big name concerts. You can bet on the horses, play bingo, try your luck with charitable gaming. Great lunch and dinner specials, room for parties. They got the beer tower, DJ trivia night, initials game. Great place, great atmosphere, and they are open 7 days a week, too, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Check them out, Rumors Sports Bar and Casino. All right, don't forget, we're going to be out at the Bruce Spicer Memorial Golf Tournament out at Kings Walk here shortly. We'll be in Reynolds again on Saturday. Otherwise, I will catch you tomorrow morning. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. Every time we go on the air, it rings. You'll never miss a show like today's. You all know we love the Forks. Grand Forks' best source is giving the Forks their identity back.